All right, guys, this is my most confident picks for UFC Fight Night Mexico City. Brandon Moreno versus Loner Kavanagh. Last week recap, I went 3-2. Yes, 3-2 is not probably the best record, but I won 3 plays that were minus 130 or less, so slight favorites. And I won a big underdog in Sergey Spivak, who's like plus 130, plus 125, whatever he was at the time, over onto D'Elia. I lost Fluffy Hernandez, which was a total misread by me. Jeff Neal just got caught. I said that it's either Jeff Neal or Uros Medic. One of them is going to get caught. I think Uros Medic was a glass cannon, right? He has good power, but if he gets hit, he doesn't like getting hit. He goes down. We saw him versus Punale Soriano, and it ended up being Jeff Neal this time. So again, I like 5 plays this week. I have a couple underdogs. I think this might be a big week if for us if we tail, and I think that we're gonna do good. So hopefully you guys like this video. Subscribe. I'm trying to get to 300 subscribers by the end of February, which is like 3 days. Hopefully you guys can get me to that goal. Let's start. So underdog. I like Wes Schultz a lot. Wes Schultz is a very good fighter, right? He took Mansour Abdul Malik, who's a highly touted prospect, into the second round. He took him down, and Abdul Malik is a very good wrestler, right? He wrestled, I think, at Maryland, and Wes Schultz wrestled at Wisconsin. So he has a nice double leg. He has nice chain wrestling. Everything about Wes Schultz's grappling is like top tier compared to Damian Pinas. Pinas is from Aruba, right? So what kind of grappling does Aruba fighters have? What kind of training does Aruba fighters have? He's not one of those guys that he's from these exotic countries and then they go, okay, I'm gonna go train at Extreme Tour. I'm gonna go train at American Top Team. I'm gonna go train at like Syndicate. No, he stayed in Aruba with his Aruba Muay Thai team, and he's just there. And how much grappling can you do over there rolling in the sand? You can't, right? And I think that Wes Schultz will put enough pressure on him, double leg him, chain wrestle, and get the takedown over Damian Pinas. I don't think Damian Pinas is any good on the ground. I've seen this guy get mounted before, and he's a blue belt in jiu-jitsu. But what's a blue belt in jiu-jitsu in Aruba? Like, you can find that local Walmart. I can just go purchase one. Like, come on. So I'm taking Wes Schultz over here over Damian Pinas. I think he's a much better fighter. I think he's better. The grappling edge is much better than the striking edge that Pinas has, even though Pinas is very dangerous on the feet. Throws a nice 1-2. He's very good at finishing, right? I think he has every single fight in a finished career. So he's a very good finisher, but I think Wes Schultz should be able to take him down and finish this fight on the ground, either first round or second round. Hopefully first round, because it's in Mexico City, and I don't want Wes Schultz to get tired like he did versus Mansour Abdul Malik. But hopefully first round, Wes Schultz will get it done at plus 210. You got to take these odds. That's crazy. Next, we have is who I like is Santiago Luna. I love Santiago Luna in this spot. Angel Pacheco, this guy's a journeyman, man. This guy's not UFC caliber. Santiago Luna looked very good in his fight on Dana White Contender Series, right? He's a very good fighter. He's very capable. He's a touted Mexican prospect. And that mattered because you know Dana White and you know Hunter Campbell and all these UFC executives, they want to branch into that UFC Mexico territory, right? Because think about it, Diego Lopez got a title shot, okay? For some reason. It's one win, gets a title shot. And then now we're pushing these younger guys, right? And we have Santiago Luna here, who's going to be fighting Angel Pacheco. He just beat Quang Bang Lee, and he destroyed Quang Bang Lee in the first round. Quang Bang Lee is a very, very good Muay Thai guy. You saw him give problems to Chris Gutierrez. So Angel Pacheco, this guy's just he's a journeyman. He hasn't fought in like 2 years, right? When was the last time he fought? He hasn't fought in since he lost to Colin Logren, right? The muscle hamster from 135er, who's not that good. Lost to Danny Silva as well. Not that bad of a loss, but lost to Danny Silva, lost to Colin Logren. So I think that he's not that great of a fighter. Angel Pacheco, I think he's a journeyman. I think they're setting up Santiago Luna, who trains in Mexico for success right here. And I think that Santiago Luna is going to get the win here. Probably first round finish. He's a good fighter. I'll take him. Next is Emmanuel Rodriguez. He-Man Rodriguez. He is a very good prospect. I like them on Ultimate Fighter. And the one thing about Ultimate Fighter is they're winning, right? Alibi Idris winning. Joseph Morales, one Ultimate Fighter. Daniil Donchenko, one Ultimate Fighter. The Ultimate Fighter guys are on a roll right now. And I have to just continue with that role that Emmanuel Rodriguez is going to be doing. I think he's going to get the win over Kevin Borjas. Borjas beat Reynaldo Rodriguez. Yes. Reynaldo Rodriguez is nothing special on the feet. And he shoots from far out, so that's not that great of a win. You saw Odie Osborne give fits to Reynaldo Rodriguez, and Kevin Borjas basically was just playing this pull counter game. Okay, I'll pull you into I'll pull you into a shot with you can shoot your takedown. I'll pull you into a shot, throw a 2 down the middle, and hurt Rodriguez or whatever. Just keep him off him. And I think Emmanuel Rodriguez is a very, very good fighter. He has good hands. He's fast. He's quick. And I'll take him over Kevin Borjas. I think Kevin Borjas doesn't really have anything special towards him. We saw him lose to much lesser opponents, right? Emmanuel Rodriguez really doesn't have the name value, but just because he's on Ultimate Fighter, but he doesn't really have the name value. But you have to look at Kevin Borjas. He lost to Sumar Derji, right? He lost to Alessandro Costa from back mount punches. So I think that it's going to be a pretty easy fight for Emmanuel Rodriguez to finish. He trains out of Mexico, right? He's a much better fighter. I think Kevin Borjas is going to be in a world of trouble right here. I think that he's going to win this fight pretty comfortably. I'll take Emmanuel Rodriguez to win. Ultimate Fighter guys are on a roll. Next is I like David Martinez over Marlon Vera. Marlon Vera, this guy throws nothing. Marlon Vera, he's just going to stand there. He's a punching bag. He stands there, does nothing. How am I going to take a guy like Chito Vera? They say he's a cardio machine. You're not a cardio machine if you don't throw punches, man. You throw eight punches around, and then you're wondering why Rob Font is tired and you're not, because you haven't done anything. And he ended up winning that fight. But I'm just saying, though, it's different when you're looking at those type of fighters. And Chito Vera, he's not great at anything. Like, what is he really good? He's a decent kicker, right? His jiu-jitsu is supposed to be solid. That's what he's supposed to be known for. It's not that good, right? He trains at art of jiu-jitsu and he gets tapped out a lot. So I think that Dave Martinez is much quicker, much faster. I think he's just a better fighter. He beat Rob Font, honestly, even though he lost to Chito Vera, was a much better fighter than Chito is. I think that Martinez, who comes from a fighting background, right, his sister fights, I think he's going to get this win over Marlon Vera pretty easily. I think he's a much better fighter. I'll take him, right? So we have kind of a lot of big favorites here. But I mean, these are just like plays that I have to like you for sure are winning, right? For sure are winning. Okay. And lastly, I kind of take Brandon Moreno, and it sucks to say because I actually think Loner Kavanagh is better. I think he's a better mixed martial artist. I think he's better almost everywhere than Brandon Moreno. I don't know what Brandon Moreno is better than him at, but the cardio and the short notice, I don't like it. Is Loner Kavanagh going to put Brandon Moreno out? Most likely not, right? Brandon Moreno has a great chin, good recovery. He's a good fighter. He struggled with fighters that are faster than him. That's the problem. Sergio Pettis was faster than him. He struggled with him. You saw Kai Kara France give him fits in that title fight. Faster than him. Gave him fits. But Loner Kavanagh is faster than Brandon Moreno. But for how long can it keep going if he's known to gas out, right? We saw it versus Charles Johnson. He was teeing off on Charles Johnson, win the first round, second round. And then what happened? He gassed out, got knocked out. Sad to see. Loner Kavanagh got knocked out in China or Singapore, wherever they were fighting. And now you're going to Elevation in Mexico City. Short notice. I can't take you. I'm sorry. I can't take you. I'll take Brandon Moreno. I think Brandon Moreno, even though he's on a slide, I think he's on the decline of his MMA career. I don't think he's as good as he used to be. I think that he got fortunate opponents, right? He lost to Brandon Royval, but then he beat Amir Albazi, and then he beat Steve Erceg, who are two slower fighters, right? Amir Albazi can't really move, especially with that neck injury. And then Steve Erceg is a very, very slow striker. I think Brandon Moreno struggles with faster opponents, but I think Loner Kavanagh, after the first 2 rounds, probably won't do a lot. And I think Brandon Moreno's going to do a lot more than him. I'll take Brandon Moreno here. I think he's going to win this fight. Probably 48-47. It's going to be close. That's probably my least confident play. And I gave you a plus 210 underdog. I think that's my least confident play is Brandon Moreno. But hopefully you guys enjoy this. Like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 300 subscribers. Hopefully I can get that by the next 3 days, 4 days. Thank you guys so much.